What is going on, guys? Reflex here, and I'm a little bit late to this news, and that is just because as of right now, as I'm talking, the One Guy and One Girl dubs, all the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailers, the final version is being rendered out. I actually had a little bit of a hiccup where I waited a whole 6 hours. You know, I was going to go to bed, but I didn't, and I waited a whole 6 hours for it to actually end up being corrupted, and then I had to re-edit it and re-render it out, and then I just went to sleep, and I woke up late. But it will be up after this video, probably like around 8 o'clock, hopefully. Don't quote me on that, but that's at least the plan. But today's video, we had a little bit of news like 6 hours ago, and it is the update schedule for Kingdom Hearts 3 during the release. We got the day 1 patch, at least I believe this is the schedule, and this is the same schedule, I believe, for both sides, Japan and the rest of the world. But Tuesday, January 29th, we got the first day 1 patch, which is going to bring the memory archive into the mix, which I believe the memory archive is specifically for newcomers, where they get to kind of catch up on the story. And I don't know if it's going to be only cutscenes, only key points, a quick rundown of it. They didn't really explain it fully, but regardless, it's for newcomers, which is perfect for them because that means that they get to actually experience at least some of a summary of the story if they haven't been keeping up with the timeline or playing it or any of that. Like Everglow's timeline literally, you know, kind of did this for you, but if no one's been paying attention to that, then at least they'll have this to look forward to as soon as they start up the game. But then we got Wednesday, January 30th, the Epilogue. Players will need to have completed Kingdom Hearts 3 and seen the ending to view this video, and this is the kind of, I would say this is to set up the very next game, kind of like how they did set up Dream Drop Distance and at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2, which we thought was going to be Kingdom Hearts 3, as well as a secret movie made us think it was Kingdom Hearts 3. I mean, there was a lot of what we thought was Kingdom Hearts 3 was really not situation, but regardless, that is what that's going to be. At least that's what I think it's going to be. And then Thursday, January 31st, the secret video. Players will need to have completed Kingdom Hearts 3 and seen the ending, as well as fulfilled certain criteria during play to view this video. Now, this obviously is probably 100% the game, do everything that it tells you, or maybe complete it on critical, depending on how, well, depending on what's really in the game. Like at the moment, we don't know exactly what's going to be in there, but regardless, there's going to be a secret movie that obviously when you complete everything, it's going to be able to be watched. And I don't know what they're going to show. I don't know. I mean, I think it'd be really cool. I'm glad that they kept these two things under wraps because those would have been spoiler heavy. And if I would have seen the secret movie before the game even came out, I would have been very sad. But I think I have enough self-control that even if it would have leaked, I don't think I would have watched it. But there's actually more bullet points down below that explains this, I guess, a little bit further, and says the criteria vary depending on the difficulty level selected. So I guess that does mean that if you play on probably Proud or Critical, depending on what they have, you will get the secret movie without having to do all the extra stuff. But if you probably play on Standard or something like that, then you'll have to play 100% of the game and try to do everything, which is probably going to be hard. Then the memory archive is a digest of the Kingdom Hearts story and a series up to this point, which I hope they do that extremely well, but guaranteed for newcomers, even when they watch this whole thing, they'll still be confused. And that's no offense to you guys, it's not your fault because the story is very, very jam-packed, and you gotta want to understand the story to understand it, if that makes sense. Like, you gotta put the time in. Many veterans and even newcomers that, you know, 5 years, I guess you could say newcomers, they put in time to understand the story. So it's not your fault if you don't understand it as soon as you play it. But the Epilogue and secret movie are video content that will enhance players' enjoyment of the world of Kingdom Hearts, which, I mean, that pretty much, I don't know exactly what that's telling us. It's just making us excited for it, obviously. But I'm wondering if it's going to, you know, it kind of depends on how they expand it. The ending of this game really opens up the door for the next game, but it also opens up the door to what else is out there, who's pulling the strings and all that. And that's what I'm looking forward to in these secret movies and epilogue scenes. But the 3 pieces of I almost said dialogue. 3 pieces of downloadable content are additional elements for Kingdom Hearts 3, which is probably going to be the Keyblades, you know, the Dusk Till Dawn for the Amazon pre-orders, the Phantom Green Keyblade, I believe it's called, and then the, what is it, Midnight Blue or something like that for the PlayStation. Obviously those would be the 3 pieces, but they could have something else like the Starlight Keyblade code if you guys finish that, which I guess they have the requirements. So I finished it literally when it came out, and then come to know that my struggle didn't even matter because I could have waited and finished it, which it was a little bit irritating. But it's cool that everyone gets a chance to actually beat it and get the Keyblade, which is cool. I mean, I'm happy for them. But the main game also allows players to proceed to and view the ending without the need for an internet connection, and then it says an internet connection is required to download patches to update the game. So you're going to need internet to update the game, but you will not need internet or be connected to internet to access the ending once you have downloaded it. So I mean, it's kind of like a I mean, you need internet, but then you don't need internet. But if you don't have internet to begin with, that's a rip in the chat, because you can't download this regardless. But let's just be hyped that it's literally less than 20 days left until Kingdom Hearts 3, and we're now knowing the patch notes already. Like, normally games upload the patch notes of what they patched into the game days after, but they got the schedule there. So shouts out to Square Enix for posting this stuff, and I'm happy about it. But I'm looking forward to everything. I'm mainly excited for the epilogue and secret movie, just because that sets up the kind of ending and then the next game. Obviously, I'm not saying I'm looking forward to the next game, like I'm hyped for that. I'm obviously hyped for Kingdom Hearts 3, but my main thing that I always love in certain games is the secret movies and then the ending scenes, because they always get me hyped regardless. But yeah, I'm extremely hyped for this game, and I just cannot wait for it to come out. I just am ready to play it. It's been such a long wait. In January, it seemed to go by very, very slow, but luckily I'm doing all these projects that they're making it go a little bit faster. But I can tell the last week is probably going to be the slowest week of all time, and I'm not looking forward to that wait. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and like I said, the One Guy and One Girl dubs all the Kingdom Hearts 3 final version. You know, all the trailers will finally be up, hopefully. I mean, hopefully it doesn't corrupt or anything, because if it does, I will cry. No doubt in my mind, bawling tears, because that would just make me sad. But nah, I'm just kidding. But if you guys did enjoy, like I said, leave a like, subscribe, and you guys know the drill. I will see you guys later.